Hello my dear students, very good afternoon. I am here to discuss the Hindu dated March 9. I am sure that all of you have already gone through the newspaper, so we shall straight away go to our program. I request all the students and viewers to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms. Please share this program and its link to your friends so that more people will come to the program and watch, and that will be a great encouragement to my team and myself. So let us begin by discussing the Hindu newspaper dated March 9. Supreme Court seeks states' views on 50% cap on quota, and the Supreme Court has the highest respect for womanhood, says the Chief Justice of India. Of course, the Supreme Court was criticized by the media for some of its open court remarks, which the court later on denied. So we shall start. Supreme Court seeks states' views on 50% cap on quota. We know that there are reservations on jobs for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, OBC in the government, and the Supreme Court many years ago, almost 3 decades ago, in 1992, if my memory is anything to go by, fixed the quota at 50%, meaning reservation cannot exceed 50%. That was the mantra. But many states like Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and a few other states crossed the Rubicon and gave reservations up to 60%. Now the court has decided to or rethink the Lakshman Rekha. The court seeks to get states' view on the matter. Should that Lakshman Rekha of 50% be changed or increased or decreased? So that is what will be checked. Whether the Indira Savini judgment of 1992, it was in this case of Supreme Court in 1992 that the Supreme Court fixed the reservation at 50%. So should it be relooked by a larger bench of the Supreme Court is what is being debated now. In 1992, a 9-judge bench of the court had drawn the Lakshman Rekha for reservation in jobs and education at 50%. In jobs and education, the reservation cannot exceed 50%. This was except in extraordinary circumstances. However, over the years, several states such as Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu have crossed the Rubicon. Crossing the Rubicon means crossing the limits, reaching the point of no returns. Okay, cross the Rubicon and pass laws which will allow the reservation shooting over 60%. So it is under these circumstances that the court is seeking opinion of the states to have a relook at its own diktat 3 decades ago. Supreme Court has highest respect for womanhood. Chief Justice of India Sharad A. Bobde said the Supreme Court as an institution had the highest respect for womanhood, and recent media reports quoting him as asking an alleged rapist to marry the victim was completely misquoted. This was reported widely by media. Hindu even wrote an editorial on it. In the instant case, what was reported was that the Chief Justice at some point of time inquired whether the defendant, whether the rapist can or was willing to marry the victim, and Hindu made a scathing criticism on this, saying that the court cannot function as a mediator, and the crime is a crime and there cannot be any mediation. These were the words used by the, these were the approach of the editorial now, and this was widely criticized by the media. CJI made the position clear on International Women's Day while hearing a plea made by the 14-year-old rape victim seeking termination of pregnancy. So the case came up to the court for terminating pregnancy. On March 1, during the virtual hearing, several media outlets reported CJI asking the lawyer of a rape accused to find out whether his client would be willing to marry the victim or risk the prospect of going to jail. That was what he was quoted as asking. The lawyer came back and later and said the client had declined as he is already married. So Advocate V.K. Biju, who was appearing for the 14-year-old, told the bench led by Chief Justice Bobde that certain people were out to tarnish the image of judiciary. The bench said the reputation of judiciary rested in the hands of the bar. Okay. Anyway, the essence of the story is that Chief Justice of India denied making remarks of this kind as reported in the press. The first question is given to you: which state government has passed a law that seeks to ensure 75% of all jobs with gross monthly salaries up to 50,000? With grossly is wrong, sorry. With the gross monthly salary up to 50,000 are provided to states on residents. There is a small printing error, typographical error. Which state government has passed a law that seeks to ensure that 75% of all jobs with gross monthly salary, total monthly salary up to 50,000 are provided to states on residents? Okay. Atira has given the choice 2. Choice 2 is Haryana. Let me see what the other people's responses are. The answer is correct. Haryana has decided. This is a rejuvenation of a old trend, or resurfacing of the old trend, son of the soil demand. So recently Andhra Pradesh passed a similar law. Madhya Pradesh is thinking to pass a similar law. An alarming diktat. Haryana's new 75% jobs for locals law is a harbinger of doom, says the Hindu. Haryana Governor Satyadeo Naren Arya's assent to a law regulating private sector hiring portends potentially perilous slide in India's investment climate and socio-economic framework. Haryana State Employment of Local Candidates Act of 2020 seeks to ensure that 75% of all jobs with gross monthly salaries up to 50,000 are provided to states on residents. So this is the new law. It has given a diktat to even the private sector that if the gross emoluments go beyond 50,000, then those jobs, 75% of those jobs must be given to residents of Haryana. This clamour for preserving economic activity for sons of the soil is a recurrent theme now. Andhra Pradesh had passed in 2019 a similar act. Madhya Pradesh CM has promised want to reserve 70% private sector jobs. Okay, so this is a wrong trend. This has got socio-economic impacts. This will have an impact on investment climates too. Private industry will not be able to attract the pan-India talent. So let us see what is or will it be, or the law's constitutionality will be tested. Article 16 and Article 19 are quoted here. Article 19 says that you have got right to seek employment, right to seek any employment, and Article 16 equality in public appointment. So these are the two articles that are cited in the article in the editorial. So whether the new law by Haryana will survive the test of constitutionality is something that we all have to look at. Second question is given: which state has decided to come out with a gender budget this year? The first state to come out with one such budget: New Delhi, Kerala, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, Punjab. First state to come out with a gender budget. A gender budget will clearly list out the expenditure of welfare schemes for women. What is a gender budget? A gender budget will spell out the expenditure on women, welfare schemes of women separately. So Anjana says the second choice Kerala. The correct answer is Andhra Pradesh. It is Andhra Pradesh, the second option, has decided to come out with a gender budget. It is not Kerala, it is Andhra Pradesh which has come out with a gender budget recently. Andhra Pradesh CM promises gender budget this year. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy has said Andhra Pradesh would become the first state to come up with a gender budget this year, which will clearly list out the expenditure on welfare schemes for women. Okay, so please keep in mind that it is Andhra Pradesh that is going to come out with the gender budget. 5 themes for 75th year celebration of freedom. Please follow this news. Yesterday we discussed that Prime Minister would chair a 275 member committee which would decide on the celebrations of the 75th year of independence of India in the year 2022. So now 5 themes, the programs will revolve around 5 themes: the freedom struggle and ideas, achievements, actions and resolve at 75. So please read this. There will be questions on this particular topic in the days to come. The third question is given to you. Pick out the most correct statement among the following with regard to tap water coverage in schools in the country. Drinking water, tap drinking water. Only 48.5% of Anganwadis and 53.3% of schools in the country have tap water supply. 7 states in the country have 100% tap water coverage. 3 states in the country have less than 15% tap water coverage. The time limit for campaign to have 100% coverage of tap water facility to all schools in the country has been extended to March 31, 2021. Very important question. Yes, please. Okay, I am not getting any response from you, any one of you, so I will go by my answer. Answer is all the above. Listen, look at the fourth option, the time limit for campaign to have 100% coverage. This was a campaign by the Jal Jeevan Mission of the Government of India that 100% schools and Anganwadis in India will be given running tap water facility by this year. So now the goalpost is shifted slightly. By March 31, many state governments have requested more time, and that is extended to till March 31, 2021. So only 48.5% of Anganwadis and 53.3% of schools in the country have tap water supply, and 7 states have got 100% tap water coverage, and those states are, please take down, those states are Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Telangana and Punjab. And 3 states in the country have less than 15% tap water, and those states are UP, West Bengal and Jharkhand. UP in India has the lowest coverage at 7.93%, meaning out of 100 schools, only 7.93 schools have drinking water facility. Read this article and jot down the states that are having 100% coverage, the states that are having less than 15% coverage, both are given. UP's performance is rather poor. Okay, so please read Jal Shakti, not Jal Jeevan, Jal Shakti Ministry given, it was in October 2020, that 100-day campaign was given. In 100 days all schools in the country have to be given drinking water facility, but now we have failed to meet the target. Hong Kong fully welcomes poll reforms. We have many times spoken about Hong Kong. Hong Kong was a British colony for many years. It was in 1998 that Hong Kong was formally handed over by Britain to China. It was a British colony, it was handed over to China. At that time the condition was that there would prevail a one country, two systems. We know that Hong Kong had enjoyed democracy under Britain, but we know that China is a communist nation, a kind of an dictatorial country. So now China has been trying for the past many years to have put more and more control over democracy in Hong Kong. So the idea of one country, two systems is failing. China is gripping, putting its firmer grip on Hong Kong, and Hong Kong has gone for protest, and people have been protesting for a long time that the pro-democracy movement is getting urge, getting more momentum in Hong Kong. But we have to follow what is going to happen. China may go to any extent to curb democratic rights of people of Hong Kong. Uyghur women stage march in Istanbul against Chinese camps. Uyghur Muslims face persecution at the hands of Chinese administration in China, and here Uyghur women, Muslim women in Turkey is staging a protest on the International Women's Day, March 8. Kane wins note from US, UK, other courts for 1.4 billion award. Kane Energy UK recently won an international arbitrary court award that dictated Indian government income tax department to give back 1.4 billion that it had collected by way of retrospective taxes. So the courts in 5 countries including US, UK have given recognition to an arbitration award that asked India to return 1.4 billion to Kane Energy PLC, a step that now opens the possibility of the British firm seizing Indian assets in those countries if New Delhi does not pay. So the International Arbitration Court award was that India has to pay 1.4 billion back to Kane Energy. The Government of India's stance was revealed by the Finance Minister 2 days ago. She said that she cannot remain muted on the sovereign right of the country to tax. So it means that the government is going to challenge the award in the appropriate court. So the question is, will it diminish India's reputation as an investment friendly country or a country with transparent laws? Kane Energy had moved courts in 9 countries to enforce 1.4 billion arbitration award against India, which the company won after a dispute with country's revenue authority over retroactively applied capital gains tax. So, the income tax department retroactively applied capital gains tax on the Cain Energy, and it had to pay 1.4 billion. Now the government is asked to by the arbitration court to return the money. On December 21, on this December 21 award from 3-member tribunal at the Permanent Court of Arbitration, Netherlands, this was the court that ordered the repayment, has been recognized and confirmed by courts in US, UK, Netherlands, Canada and France. 3 people with knowledge of a matter said okay. So, Cain has now the option to liquidate the asset of Indian governments in these 5 countries if the government of India fails to pay the money. Finance Minister said on March 5, indicated that centers intend to appeal against award, when she said it was her duty to appeal in cases where the nation's sovereign authority to tax is questioned. So, we have to wait and see what is going to happen. Iran slips record volume of oil into China, taps Asian clients. Of course, Iran has been facing trade embargo for the past few years. 2018, America unilaterally withdrew from the nuclear agreement that had been signed between Iran and 6 countries including USA. So, Iran was focusing heavily on Asian countries for supply of oil to get foreign exchange. So, please read, these are all matters that are unfolding, news that is unfolding. 4th question, the Indian Railways have come out with an integrated all railway helpline, Rail Madad Helpline for all train travel related queries. What is the number? For all rail related queries, you have to dial this number. Is it 111, 1001, 139, 1212 or 1331? What is the number? What is the railway helpline number? What is the railway helpline number? Yes, correct, it is 139. If you want to have any railway inquiry, go for 139. Now, single 139 railway helpline for all queries. Railways announced the integration of all railway helplines into a single number 139 for all train travel related queries and complaints, including speaking with a call center executive, security and medical assistance, fare inquiry, meal booking and status of complaints. 5th question, which global technology giant has announced its plans to support 1 million women to become entrepreneurs by providing business tutorials, mentorship and accelerator programs by spending 25 million USD? Is it Facebook, Microsoft, Intel, Google or none of these? Which global technology giant has announced its plan to support 1 million women to become entrepreneurs by providing business tutorials, mentorship and accelerator programs by spending 25 million? Yes, the answer is correct. It is by Google. This offer is by Google. My dear students, thank you very much for the program. Thank you for watching. I hope that this program is benefiting you. To have the best benefit of the program, you are requested to read the newspapers and come. Tomorrow I shall be presenting the newspaper dated March 10. So today, read today's newspaper thoroughly, spend 2 quality hours in reading the newspapers, prepare your notes, then you will have the best benefit. You know that through the application I am uploading all the questions that are given now in the daily Gyan section of the application. These questions will be available, frequently revise, so that will be a great help to you at the time of the examination. If you are continuously watching this program, after some time you will know that you get the thread of the story. You understand that a story is slowly breaking and developing and culminating, and you will know the thread. So please ensure that you watch the program. At 3 o'clock we shall come out with another live program on either math, English or reasoning. Till then, goodbye. Thank you very much.